All right, welcome back to Jets driver's seat. It is Monday, Monday the 22nd. The Jets played their game in Tampa versus the Bucs yesterday. That was a rough one. It was nice to see the fight. I wanted to give it like a full day because I was pretty bummed out by the end of it. I guess we'll start with the positives. They fought. They didn't lay down and die, and that was a really nice change of pace from what we've been used to seeing from this team the last few years. They gave it their all. They gave it a shot in the fourth quarter. But like so many times before, why does it take till the fourth quarter to pick it up and try and figure it out? There's no sense of urgency in this team for years now, for most of the game. Obviously, the Will McDonald blocked field goal in return for a touchdown. It might be one of the more athletic things I've ever seen on a football field. That was insane. Pretty unexpected. It's the hardest I feel like I've cheered for something in a really long time, watching that live. It was a real, like, jumping off the couch kind of moment, screaming, the oh my god type thing. I haven't seen that from a Jet in a long time. The most recent I can think of doing that in general was Pete Alonso's home run in Milwaukee last wild card. Where it's like, I can't believe what I just saw. All that to say, as soon as, so many people have said it, as soon as you come down from that and you see there's a minute and a half left on the clock with 3 timeouts for the Bucs, and Baker Mayfield's done this 2 weeks in a row now to lead him back, it felt like doom, like immediately. Like I really didn't have any faith that they were going to get a stop, because the defense has given us no reason to have faith in them that they'll get a stop. They're arguably the worst defense in the league. Maybe Dallas is worse. They can't stop anything or anyone. On offense, I think Tyrod did an admirable job. He's an older backup quarterback. That's what he is. He played fine. When he wasn't getting his, head beaten in by Antoine Winfield, fucking blitzing every goddamn play with nobody picking him up. No adjustment by Tanner Engstrand. I thought this was Tanner Engstrand's worst game, not having really seen last week, but from what I've heard, it wasn't really a game-calling thing last week. It was a more performance issue. This was bad by Tanner Engstrand. I did not like what they did at all, especially for the first 3 quarters. It's like they had a plan that they wanted this quick game kind of thing, but not really. The run game didn't work. They just didn't adjust to anything. Todd Bowles. Todd Bowles is going to blitz the hell out of you. That's what his defense is. And they were not ready for it at all. Tyrod was getting hit every single play. He had no time back there. They didn't run a single screen. They did nothing to get the quick game going. They ran everything up the middle and to stack box. It just didn't make sense. Like, it wasn't like they were doing like these disguises. You didn't know what was coming. It was an obvious blitz every single time, and they just did nothing until the fourth quarter. They stopped blitzing for whatever reason, and the Jets offense started clicking a little bit. Tyrod had a second to think, finally. And, he was able to lead a couple drives, and it worked out. Defense, again, I think Michael Clemens just fired the guy into the sun. Put him incinerated at this point. There's no reason for him to be on this football team. He costs you every single week, whether it's a dumb penalty or him being just slow and not being able to do his job. He brings no value to this team. I don't care if you're replacing him with like an undrafted free agent, like practice squad level player. Give me that over what Michael Clemens brings to this team. It's all negatives for Michael Clemens. Pretty bad Sauce day. Not a great day for Sauce. kind of got bailed out by Mike Evans getting hurt at the same time Sauce got hurt at the end, I guess. Azareye'h Thomas looked pretty solid. They finally got the rookie some reps, and like I kind of like what I saw. I mean, Emeka Egbuka had one of the craziest catches you'll see on Sauce, the one-hand catch. He almost brought in the one over Thomas, where he got deflected, got knocked out of his hand, and then found in the air and brought it back down. He was this close. I thought that could have been ruled a catch. He had the one right before that, where he just went up and got it. And he's playing at 50%. He's got, I think, a hamstring or something wrong. That kid is going to be stellar. He's going to be a top 5 wide receiver by next year. I think, at least. But it kind of comes down to the same thing. You like the fight, but just win a game. Like, they got to be able to hold on to these games. They never make the stop. It's the same thing as the Steelers game, where, like, you got that lead, but guess what? Aaron Rodgers has 2 minutes to try and drive down the field and get a field goal, and he's going to do it. He didn't do it with the Jets, but he didn't play the Jets defense until this year. And Baker is a good quarterback. I mean, this is a good team in general. I think this Bucs team they should win the South in the NFC pretty handedly. And they're 3-0 now. I mean, no one else in the South has really set themselves apart. But, yeah, man, it's just, you wanted to see a win. Like, do they really earn that win? If they walked off after McDonald's return, if they walked off of it with a win afterwards, you'd feel like they stole it. And sometimes you need that. Like, this team never steals a win either. It's not like they ever like they always have wins stolen away from them. But like, where they played better for 3 quarters and they gave it away. Like, they never have the luck. They never have the beneficiary, and you can't really rely on luck, and that's why. This team isn't good enough that they can rely on luck. But yeah, that's all I got for this week. It's a sour taste because that Will McDonald play should be like repeating weekly for the next 5 years. That was such a sick play, and it's going to be forgotten about because it didn't really matter in the end. But I mean, you got pieces. They so badly need another weapon outside of Garrett Wilson, and Brees was so encouraging week 1, and it looks like he's kind of fallen back into last year where he looks like he can't get going. He doesn't have the acceleration, doesn't have the burst, looks slow again. And maybe that's because they're running into stacked boxes again, but it's frustrating to see because he can be that guy, and he's just not consistently. And I think it's going to eventually lead to them moving on from him after the year. I don't think they're going to extend him. It sucks, but they so desperately need another wide receiver on this team. I mean, Garrett Wilson is the only person that is reliable to get open at any given point. Like, they have nothing. You double Garrett Wilson, you load the box. What else are they going to do? Like, they can't do anything. And that's, I think, why that offense couldn't get moving the first 3 quarters. But I don't know how you address it this late, unless you can make a trade. But, I mean, in-season trades are getting a little more popular in the NFL the last couple of years, I think. But I don't think they're going to be buyers right now. It was a huge oversight for Muji not to really address it, or to think he addressed it by drafting Arian Smith in the 4th round, who is not even close to ready to being a contributor on the field. And they don't really seem to have a very good plan for him, too. It kind of seems like they're doing with Corley, where they're picked a guy who wasn't ready yet because he has a skill set that you can see turning into something, and they just want to have him do it immediately, and he's not there. It's a rough one, guys. We got Miami coming up, Monday Night Football next. I'll get to you guys later in the week about that, but it's a tough one. It is what it is. They're 0-3. Season's not dead, but it's definitely doesn't look like they're going to be that team that kind of sneaks in either. I don't think they have the talent to really do that at this point. We'll see when Justin Fields comes back if he can look more like Week 1 Justin Fields. Maybe they can string something on, but until next time, folks. See you later.